Today we are at Norrköping's Airport in Sweden, and I will take you along and explain why we are here and what's actually going on behind these bushes. My name is Jan Wester and I run the company called Slåttergubben. On this airfield we have been working 3 years, and right now we have been here last week, and we will continue this week as well with a professional team of about 7 to 10 scythe mowers. Before this was an airport, it was fields, meadows and grazing lands here, agriculture land. But then it became fenced, and now it's just short grass. But here inside the fence is also Norrköping's most valuable limestone marsh, where there is many rare orchids, some plants, and these small snails that are connected to willow plants that are really rare and bound to the limestone marshes. The airport is now maintained by big lawn mowers, but this certain specific area is too wet for coming in with big machines. So over the years it just grew more bushes, more trees, and the bushes became bigger, so it became virtually a forest. And when it's a forest, all the small orchids and plants is suffocated. So what the ecologists from the local government decided to do is cut down the forest and continue to cut with brush cutter each year. But what actually happens when you do like this is, from the stumps, when you cut them, the trees just shoot new twigs, and as there comes sunshine down to the soil, new bushes can start to sprout. So the result when doing like this, when you cut down forest and then continue to cut with a brush cutter, is actually that you create an area with a small forest that you cut each year that have a very high amount of stems per square meter. And it's low each year, but it's really thick and dense, and that also suffocates the plants. And obviously this is not good for the biodiversity, so that's why we are here to help. So we cut all the high grass with a scythe, and we remove the saplings and the stems with a blade hose, and also sometimes chainsaw, as there are some really big ones. And we make sure to get the roots out, so each year there is less and less saplings here. So the aim is to get a nice limestone marsh with some scattered bushes and with really nice grass that we can just easily and fast mow with a scythe. And we are really happy to have such a progressive ecologist on this local government, who realizes that it's worth to invest a lot of time now in removing all the roots, because this takes a lot of time. It's a very tough work for your back and for your hands. But we who are working in this dirt for hours and hours with a scythe and with a hose, we really know that it's worth the investment, because to mow the grass without no saplings, no stumps, then that makes it very, very easy over the years. And in a few years it will go like a dance just to mow this limestone marsh with a scythe. But it has been a journey to this. Here we are at the center of the actual limestone marsh, where there is a great biodiversity and a lot of these plant species who benefit from a low competition from higher plants. There's a lot of like starrar, half grass and grass. There is at least 2 types of orchids. This is also the place where you find these small rare snails who live in the limestone marsh. And in one part of their life cycle, I think it's in their larval stage, they live only from these willow plants, which is actually a tree and a bush. sapling, which we remove a lot of them, but some we let stay here in the marsh, so the snails can still benefit from them. This part of the marsh is much more tussocky, and the tussocks consists of this specific plant called the axag, which is quite rare and always in limestone affected marshes. We love it as it's a good plant. Many insects and other plants are connected to the tussocks this develop. But we hate to mow it actually. It's really tough, it's hard, and the grass is like leaning outwards all the time from the tussocks. And here we just need to accept that it can't be perfect. I mean, every straw can't be mowed, as these tussocks are really tough to mow evenly. And this treatment doesn't kill the plant. It actually opens up for new seeds to sprout inside here, like rosettejungfrulin and many types of orchids. And it also evens out the tussocky area a little bit, which makes it easier to mow and get more of this species that thrive from low competition to actually thrive. As I mentioned, this area is very diverse. We have a lot of different types of grass. There is low grass scattered in the drier areas. There is really dense reeds. There is reeds mixed with other more dry grass. And there are this area with the most high biodiversity, with like the springs and the water coming up in the surface, where there is these low plants that are really dependent on low concurrence. So as the staff didn't want any bushes close to the landing strip, we naturally started there the first year, removing the bushes. Took a long time here, and then we slowly over the years have continued inwards to the Limestone Marsh. Now when we are here in the third year, it means that the first part goes really easy. Then we are more people who can work with the scythe and fewer with the hoe. And then suddenly we just hit the wall of saplings, and then almost all people work with a hoe. And the last 2 days we will do the raking here, and we'll take all the grass and the roots up to the gravel road where a machine can get it and drive it away somewhere. Here we have reached the wall of saplings where only brush cutter have been before, and here we are putting the most effort, the most hours and the toughest hours in the meadow. And here you can really see how many new stems it will come up per square meter when you only use the brush cutter, which makes our work with the hoe much tougher. So as there are many small saplings here, we work mostly with a one-hand grip on the hoe. So take the sapling with one hand and pull, and then chop. Then you will, it's easy to estimate where the roots goes in the ground. And everything where we recognize that it's leaf from a tree, we take it, big or small, up with the roots, and then they don't come back next year. And as we clear this area from saplings about 1 meter in, we can easily mow it with the scythe. And it will be easier and easier year after year to mow here with the scythe as we go here with the blade hoe and remove all the saplings. And all the tools that we use here you can also find in our web shop, of course. You find the link below. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I will do my best to answer. We have a lot of videos on this channel about scything and the tools you might need. There are many more videos to come. If you want to learn more about it, please consider subscribing and I will see you soon. Bye bye!